Bank robbers didn't know their hostage is a lethal assassin. In a gripping tale of revenge and justice, a meticulously planned heist takes a dark turn when a young boy becomes an unwilling witness. As chaos unfolds, a father's rage transforms him into a lethal force, seeking retribution against those who wronged him. This story weaves through betrayal, loss, and the relentless pursuit of vengeance. Let's delve into the intricate details of this intense narrative. The heist begins. The story kicks off with a heist orchestrated by a group of robbers targeting an armored vehicle belonging to a security company named Foro. As the armored truck makes its way down the road, a cement truck suddenly blocks its path, halting the vehicle. The robbers waste no time. They deploy an excavator to lift the armored truck, effectively immobilizing it. Once the truck is incapacitated, they cut open the doors and throw in stun grenades to incapacitate the security personnel. However, in their haste, they fail to notice a young boy in a nearby car witnessing the entire event unfold. This boy, named Doggy, becomes a pivotal character in this unfolding tragedy. The aftermath of violence. The robbers, realizing they cannot leave a witness behind, order Doggy out of the car. Confused and trembling, he tries to call his father, but his father, Patrick Hill, is already on the phone. Overcome with fear, Doggy complies with the robbers' demands, lying down on the ground. In a shocking twist, as the robbers are busy moving the money bags, a security officer makes a brave attempt to fight back, pulling off one of the robbers' masks. Unfortunately, the robber retaliates by shooting him dead. In a frenzied act of violence, the robbers kill the remaining security staff, including Doggy. Patrick, witnessing the horrific murder of his son, charges at the robbers in a fit of rage but is shot down before he loses consciousness. As he fades away, he fixates on the scarred face of the shooter, memorizing it in his mind. A father's quest for justice. Against all odds, Patrick survives after 3 months of treatment in the hospital. Once he is discharged, he applies for a job at the very security company his son's murderers targeted. The manager, Terry, mentions the truck incident, highlighting the tragedy where 2 guards and a civilian were killed, emphasizing the need for justice. Patrick is determined to take on the role of a guard, but first he must pass rigorous firearm tests. His training is intense, and he barely meets the threshold to become a guard. Once approved, he is nicknamed H. As H begins his new job, he meets fellow guards, including Hollow Bob and Boy Sweat Dave, setting the stage for their first drop-off as a team. Facing the past. On their first drop-off, everything goes according to plan. However, the following day, H and Dave find themselves ambushed by armed robbers who force them to stop. The tension escalates as the robbers order H to throw the money bags into the back of a pickup truck. In a moment of bravery, H deliberately drops one bag from the truck, taunting the robber. As one of the gunmen approaches, H seizes the opportunity, shooting the man in the head. What follows is a rapid-fire exchange of gunfire, with H displaying extraordinary accuracy, eliminating each of the gunmen one by one. In a daring pursuit, he chases down the leader, cornering him and delivering a fatal blow. Hayes' actions do not go unnoticed. Terry reprimands him, insisting he will be working a desk job for at least a month. However, the CEO of Foro, Blake Halls, praises H, suggesting he deserves a promotion for his heroic actions. The investigation deepens. As H settles into his role, he is called in to review video footage of the previous truck robbery to identify any familiar faces. While he stares at a particular robber, he claims not to recognize anyone. However, unbeknownst to him, 2 agents working for Foro are watching closely. They believe H will eventually lead them to the perpetrators of the initial robbery. Months pass, and during a routine patrol, H and Bullet are again ambushed, this time surrounded by gunmen. A smoke device is deployed, forcing Bullet to exit the truck. H steps out, revealing his face, which prompts the gunmen to retreat in fear. This unexpected response raises questions, and Terry is baffled by their sudden withdrawal. Blake silences Terry, recognizing H's growing reputation. Unraveling the truth. As H continues his work, he grows suspicious of a guard named Dana when he discovers a stack of money in her apartment. In a tense confrontation, H interrogates her, revealing that she has stolen money from a previous job. This scene emphasizes H's transformation into a relentless enforcer of justice. Flashbacks reveal H's past, where he was on vacation with his son, Doggy. During this time, he receives a call from his former criminal boss, Mike, who needs H's help for a job that seems harmless, Tragically, while H is distracted, he witnesses the murder of his son. This moment becomes the catalyst for H's transformation from a father to a lethal assassin. Retribution takes shape. After recovering from his injuries, H meets with Mike, seeking revenge against those responsible for Doggie's death. He embarks on a quest through the criminal underworld, interrogating various individuals until he uncovers the names of the criminal brothers involved in the heist. The narrative intensifies as H eliminates obstacles in his path, driven by a singular focus on avenging his son. The story introduces the main antagonists, a team of former Afghan veterans led by Jackson. Their heinous crimes mark them as the villains in H's quest for justice. As they plan their next heist, a sum exceeding $150 million, the tension between H and the robbers escalates, setting the stage for a final showdown. The final heist. As the robbers prepare for their next move, they reveal their inside man, Bullet, who has been feeding them information about the security company's operations. The heist unfolds with dramatic precision, but chaos erupts when a guard panics and activates the emergency button. The scene descends into violence as bullets fly, and H finds himself amidst the chaos. In a gripping sequence, H manages to grab an attacker's gun, using it to turn the tide against the robbers. He expertly navigates through the chaos, wearing bulletproof gear and taking down each adversary with calculated precision. The stakes rise as he faces off against Jackson's men, who are pinned down by other guards, while H's relentless pursuit of vengeance continues. The climax of conflict. The climax reaches a fever pitch as H confronts Jan, the man responsible for Doggie's death. Their eyes lock in a moment of recognition, each aware of the deep-seated hatred between them. As the robbers attempt to escape, H's resolve solidifies he will not let Jan get away. In a fierce battle, H fights through the chaos, sustaining injuries but ultimately managing to kill his attackers. The pursuit leads to a high-stakes chase as H and the robbers navigate through an underground tunnel system, each desperate to escape their fate. Confronting the enemy. In the final confrontation, H tracks down Jan in an apartment filled with stolen cash. The tension is palpable as H confronts him, revealing the autopsy report of his son. Jan, confused and terrified, begins to realize the gravity of his actions. H methodically exacts his revenge, shooting Jan in a brutal display of justice. As the story concludes, H meets with Agent Kim, assuring him that the job is done and hinting at a potential recovery of the stolen money. In a final twist, H departs in a car with another man, leaving behind the chaos and destruction of his past. This tale of revenge and justice highlights the lengths a father will go to protect his family's honor and seek retribution against those who have wronged him. Reflections on the story. This narrative encapsulates the raw emotions of loss, vengeance, and the moral complexities surrounding justice. Hayes' transformation from a grieving father to a lethal assassin reflects the profound impact of trauma and the lengths one might go to reclaim a sense of power in a world where they feel powerless. The story serves as a reminder of the consequences of violence and the cyclical nature of revenge. In the end, H's journey through pain and retribution leaves readers questioning the true cost of justice and whether it can ever truly be achieved.